Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. I want to take y'all back down memory lane because I've been doing this fitness thing now for about 14 years. Yeah, your boy old head. I'm 33, but I've been in the game for a long time. And I got a confession to make. When I first started in the whole fitness training industry, when I was just training people in person, before I started going online full time, when I was training people in person, I would train different people and they would say things to me. And even though I knew it was wrong, I wouldn't say nothing about it. Because I felt like we could still get them the results, but I wouldn't say anything about it. And the reason why I wouldn't say anything is because I felt like I needed the money. And so I would neglect my truths, the things that I knew were right, the things I knew they really needed to do. But I was oppressed myself. And it led me into feeling like, man, I really don't know if I want to even be a trainer anymore, because it took me so long to start getting to the point where I was making like I was financially stable. So I would, hear clients say certain things. I'm like, shit, I kind of say certain things, but I'm like, I don't want them to feel bad because I'm telling them the truth. And so I wouldn't be sharing my true passions around the way nutrition should be, the way lifting weights and exercising should be. Kind of like the things I tell y'all now. Like some of y'all be thinking apple cider vinegar is going to help you lose that big old ass stomach. No, hell it ain't. If you drink apple cider vinegar and you still eating junk food, you go keep that big old ass stomach. It's probably going to get bigger. And so, but back then, yeah, your boy wanted to make, I was scraping up coins. So I was like, if I say this boy, the ass might be out the door. They might not even want to hear me no more. But knowing what I know now, I was actually doing them a disservice. I was doing them a big disservice because I could have helped them have way faster breakthroughs with their fitness journey had I voiced my true thoughts, my passions with fitness and nutrition, things that I knew were right. And I say this because when I made this transition in my fitness business and in life in general, not even just talking about fitness stuff, but just anything. If I hear somebody say something that I know ain't right, I address it. If I hear somebody say something and I'm like, and they talk to me a certain way, it's not that I'm going to be, it's not that I'm trying to be, how can I say it, like negative or talk down on them or disrespect them, but I'm going to put the truth out there. I'm going to put out what I see as the truth, and then I'm going to back it up with the reason. I'm going to tell them why, right? But I see a lot of times in terms of fitness, a lot of people suppress themselves. They neglect themselves and what they truly feel they're passionate about. Like if deep down, you want to feel better about how you look. When you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, man, I know I can do way better than what I'm doing right now. But you have friends and family members around you, and they might not be as enthusiastic or excited about you wanting to lose weight. And so they might talk down about it, right? And so you tend to neglect your passions. You tend to suppress your opinions around these things, and you don't say nothing. Yeah, and they might say, oh, you still on that little diet? You still doing that workout plan? You might be like, yeah, trying to make it work. No, hell no. You don't say that, no. Like, you're damn right I'm still on this game plan. You damn right I'm still working out. You damn right I'm still eating right. I'm eating healthy because I'm losing the weight. Versus being all tiptoeing around your truth, tiptoeing around what you really want to say. No. We grown as hell. If you know that you got it, they got their right to their own opinion, but you have your right to your own opinion too. And so if you're neglecting, man, I really don't want to say nothing about it. That's what causes people to start going into low vibration. They start to kind of feel down because they suppressing themselves. They know they want to say something, but they don't say nothing. And like I said, you don't have to say it in a disrespectful way. You can say it in a fine way. Yeah, I am. Why? You trying to get on your journey too? You trying to get on a weight loss journey too? Why you ask? You see what I'm saying? Because some people, they'll say shit just to people. Here's one thing I learned about people. People will test you. Sometimes they're subconsciously testing you and they don't even realize they're testing you because it's just a part of who they are. And so sometimes you got to wake motherfuckers up by letting them know, yeah, I am. Why do you ask? and so they be like, oh shit, I was just asking. That's what motherfucker be. Yeah, I was just asking. Like when I had started, my fitness business, my online fitness business, I used to, it took me years to get to this point, y'all. It took years. I got like 34,000 people on Facebook, another 60-something thousand on Instagram now. But when I first started, the first couple of years, shit, folks, hey man, how that little online thing going for you? You still doing that little online thing? That little online fitness thing? Like, yeah, I'm still doing it. Why? How it going? Shit, boy, I'm still in the thick of it right now, but it coming along. It go, hey, just keep on watching. But now my shit popping off. Them folks, they used to see me riding around my little Infiniti back in the day. Now they see your boy in that Corvette, they like, damn, he stuck with it. He didn't stop. Because at some point, I love one of my business coaches. I watch some of his content, and who I used to work with. He said, you're gonna have people who won't see your passion, the things that you want to accomplish. And if they don't believe in you and they say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, and you do it anyway, but you fail, right? They made an accurate assessment about your ass because they knew that you probably wouldn't go stick with it. They knew that your ass, you just bluffing. You just go try it out. See, when you start saying stuff like that, yeah, I'm willing to try it out. They already know your ass ain't all in. But if you all in and you prove their ass wrong, they didn't make no accurate assessment. That's why I be telling y'all, you can't just tiptoe your way into shit. You got to be like, I'm committed. If I'm going to do it all the way 100. Because that I'm going to try it out and I'm going to try to do some other stuff while I'm trying it out. That ain't going to work. No, that ain't going to work. Just go all in, man. And so I don't want to get too far away from the point, but along my journey, because I want to talk a little bit about I'm a car guy, y'all. Like straight up, I'm a car guy. I like nice cars. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna suppress it. I ain't gonna neglect my passions. I know I'm a car guy. And so I don't give a damn if people, oh, you want them nice cars? You bad? Oh, no, hell no. I know I'm a good person. Because the way I look at it, if I have a nice car from where I come from, growing up in the hood, if I have a whole lot of little black boys that like nice cars, they see other black men, successful black men outside of being rappers and pro athletes riding nice cars, they're going to think that it's possible too. That's my truth. That's one of the reasons I had this passion, because I seen other black guys riding around and stuff like this. I'm like, damn, it's possible. Sometimes we need to see people like us that do it. Ain't no wrong being white, black, Mexican, I don't give a damn. But sometimes we need to see people like us doing things to give us that it's possible. That's one of the reasons I like nice cars. You know what I'm saying? And so among me just being a car guy. And so I remember when I had my Infiniti, before I had my Infiniti, I had a M6 BMW convertible. I think it was 2012 version. Not the new model. I don't like the new model of it. The old one had a soft top, drop top. And the engine blew on it. And so I went through some tough times financially when I was in my fitness, the in-person stuff. And so I took a step back, got me an Infiniti G37S Sport. It was good. It was, it got me back on my feet. I stacked my coins with that car. But deep down, for me, when I would pull up to my family gatherings, Christmas, Thanksgiving, go out with my buddies, we go to the club, whatever it is, because I know how I view myself. I look at myself very high Like, I have a very high level of self-worth because I put in so much work. I know I backed it up, and so I have a high level of confidence. And so when I would pull up with the Infiniti, I feel bad about myself. Deep, like nobody else knew, but I felt a lot of shame in it because I'm like, fuck, man, I shouldn't be driving this motherfucking car. And not to say you're a bad person if that's what you want to drive, but I knew I wanted more. But I hadn't gotten to that point to where I could get my Corvette yet. And so, but I wanted it bad. It was like a deep burning desire, and it got so intense. Like when you want something so bad that you start feeling like you're suffocating, not having it. I can't think of another way of explaining it, but I wanted to up level my life so bad. New car, new spot in Buckhead, the whole nine. I wanted it so bad, it started feeling like I was suffocating. And this level of like how intense it was, it made me just turn all the way up to the max. Like I invested in my next business coach. I started posting every single day. I just went hard. I just left no doubt. I went all in. And I was like, I don't give a damn what needs to happen. This is happening. I'm going to get this car. I'm going to get this new spot. I don't want to have to use my life, use vacations and trips as a way to escape my reality. I want my reality to feel like a vacation. Every day I wake up, I want my spot to feel like it's a vacation spot. When I'm riding, when I get in my car, I don't feel down and sad when I'm riding my car. Shit, every time I get in my car, some days I might feel bad. I jump in my car, turn the motherfucker on, vroom. Your boy turned up all over again. I might ride through the city. And it's because I built my life in a way where it supports me. It helps empower me. You got to start building your life in a way that empowers you. And I say all this because through this suffocation time period between when I stacked up enough bread and had enough revenue coming in to be able to get my Corvette, I call that the delayed gratification time period. The delayed gratification time period. And this is very important to understand delayed gratification because it's like you have this internal pressure that starts building up because you really want something, but you know you can't have it just yet. You got to be disciplined to still do the things you know you need to do, but you don't do it yet. But it creates this pressure. It's like, oh, I want it so bad. I want it so bad. But my Corvette came out in 2020. It's 2024 right now. You see what I'm saying? And I bought my Corvette almost a year ago, back in August. And I just found myself like, you have to be willing to have delayed gratification. A lot of y'all like who you had big stomachs. You may need to drop 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds. That shit ain't gonna happen overnight. You didn't gain that stomach overnight. And so you gotta build some delayed gratification. Meaning, man, I know it ain't gonna come overnight, but I'm gonna keep on putting in the work. I'm gonna keep on running the plays that work. Don't keep on doing the same shit that ain't working. If you've been doing something the same stuff for months, if not years, that shit makes no sense to me. You're doing the same things for months, if not years, and it ain't been working for you. You gotta change something up and start running the plays that are working, that's getting you the results. Then stick with it. And as you do this, over time, you're gonna notice you start to build momentum. Once you start building momentum, you don't let your foot off the gas. You go harder. It's crazy. It's like a lot of people look at, it's a recession. Man, my business is doing better than it ever has, period, in my life right now because of the delayed gratification that I went through during that time period of building my business. I learned so much. I poured into myself so much. We are our biggest investments, guys. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I did it all. You know, when I got this big old ass bookshelf, dude, everything possible that I felt like I need to do, I did it. I heard something about a book about learning marketing, learning sales, learning branding. I bought it. Learning mindset. I bought it. Then after I stacked some bread, then I started buying courses. Then I stacked up some more bread. I started investing in mentors. You got to be willing to do this kind of shit. If you're not willing to do this and you can't be mad about your circumstances if you're not happy with your circumstances because you're not willing to invest in yourself. Like, this is like the secret of the successful. You got cats like LeBron James spend over $1 million a year on making sure his health is on point, making sure he's, able to still play basketball at a high level, not just still play, but play it at a high level. And so I don't want to ramble on this podcast, but that's the big thing, man. You got to realize, like, you can't neglect what you know deep down you really want. You cannot neglect deep down what you really want. If you know deep down you want to look better, you know deep down you want to be that positive role model for your family and for your kids. It ain't got to be you all ripped up and cut up, but deep down you like, shit, man, I know I'm getting the job done, making sure that the household good. I know I'm, putting food on the table, got a roof over the family head, but man, I know I could do so much more. I know I got so much more potential. Man, don't neglect it, because if you know you got that potential, that's how folks get going to depressions, because they suppressing themselves. And it's not to say that it's gonna happen overnight for you to get to fit dad mode, going from dad bod to fit dad, but you have to be willing to get started and be okay with the delayed gratification. Be okay with, man, it's probably gonna take me 3 to 6 months. It's probably gonna take me 6 to 12 months. But I'm going to keep on putting in that work till it happens. A lot of y'all, you go a couple of weeks, then you quit. You go a couple of months, then you like, oh, fuck it. Oh, I got sick. Oh, I went on vacation. Oh, my baby got sick, so I'm sad. I had a rough month. I had a rough day. I had a rough week. Dude, this life. Life go keep on lifing. And so if you're not going to build yourself to the point where, this is what I be talking about, you got to build your character to understand this is just a season of adversity. This shit go come and go. And what's going to come out of it? When you look up a month from now, what you going to be thinking to yourself? Are you going to be feeling regretful, or are you going to be proud of yourself? A year from now, are you going to be feeling regretful that you got started and you continued? Or are you going to feel regretful that you stopped and you didn't continue in a year? Or are you going to feel proud of yourself for all the rough times that you endured, but you stuck with it? But you didn't stop. You kept going, even though the shit was hard. Because we know, we human. We grown as hell. We know it ain't easy being in shape. And so when I see my coaching clients who drop 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds, man, I be proud of them. Super proud of them. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit ain't easy. We still got all these other responsibilities to deal with. Our jobs, our businesses, taking care of kids. Some of y'all, you gotta take care of your family. I mean, your mom and your dad, your parents. And so imagine when you get a little bit older and your parents can't move around like they used to, but you ain't been taking care of yourself. And you passionate about your family. You passionate about family. You passionate about your mom and your dad. But you can't really take care of them because you suppressed yourself. And like, I really ain't got to work out like that. You neglected your health. And so it's not just the direct things like the fitness, but let's say you're not all that passionate about fitness. That might not be a passion of yours, but you're passionate about family. Well, if you're a more healthier, energized, fit dad, how much more could you do for your family? Same thing for moms. How much more could you do for your husband, for your kids, for your mom and your dad if you had that energy? If you were proud of yourself, if you were confident with how your body looked, would you go on more vacations? Would you do more? Would you create more experience because you happy with how your body looking? You happy with how your clothes fitting? So sometimes it's not even all about, get the best body, get all ripped up. No, it might be, man, I'm doing this and so that I can be here for my family. I'm doing this so that I can, create these experiences with my family. Some guys, they just say that shit. Other guys who put in the work, they really mean it. And so with that said, don't want to go any further. Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the boy channel, to the Lose the Big Ass Stomach channel, podcast. Share the podcast out if you found it helpful and you believe somebody else will find it helpful. And hit your boy up with a 5-star review, man. Leave your boy a 5-star review so we can continue to grow the movement. Apparently, that's how these podcasts put the information out to more people. They see the reviews and all that kind of stuff, and so they keep on pushing it out. So leave your boy a 5-star review. All right. Other than that, guys, we out of here. Let's go.